Dick Cole, 20 years at the top of Mebyon Kernow. How does that feel?
Tired. No, I mean, it's been a massive part of my adult life, and I've been very proud to do my utmost to put forward a pro-Cornwall alternative to the normal suspects from Westminster.
Does Cornish nationalism still mean the same today that it did 20 years ago?
I think there's been a lot of progress in Cornwall in cultural terms. The identity is so much stronger now, the language is stronger. We've been fighting really hard on the political dimensions, trying to get a better deal for Cornwall, greater self-government for Cornwall. I think, to be blunt, a lot of the establishment parties have claimed to support such things, but what they've actually done is to undermine them. So I think now the case for MK, the case for Cornish nationalism is as strong as ever, and we need to keep fighting in the future.
What's your answer to people who would suggest that culturally there has been progress with the Cornish language and in identity terms, but politically you've actually gone backward through no fault of your own perhaps, but the abolition of district councils, a unitary authority, and now the reduction in seats at Cornwall Council.
I would agree with you on that. 2001, we put forward 50,000 signed declarations for Cornish Assembly, more than 1 in 10 of the Cornish electorate. That was just binned by the government. They refused to listen. So instead of giving us devolution, instead of giving us more powers, they used the language of devolution to centralise local government, to trash local government, to reduce our number of elected representatives, to give more power to unelected bodies like the Local Enterprise Partnership and their mates in various quangos, and now they're looking to reduce numbers even further. So Cornwall is one of the places with the least democratic representation of anywhere in the UK. It's all an absolute disgrace, and that's why I say people need to join MK and showing there needs to be an alternative and a democratic rebirth of Cornwall.
And are people joining MK, or has your membership followed your political decline?
Well, no, I mean, political decline, I don't know what you mean by that.
Well,
I mean,
no, because of the reduction in seats that you're able to win, you don't have that representation at elected government level, even locally.
I mean, in terms of MK was making a real significant progress in the sort of coming up to 2009 when the unitary was founded, and that we had 9 district councillors for MK. Obviously, they were all abolished. Then trying to get elected to Cornwall Council was very difficult. But we've done that with a number of people. You know, there's 4 Cornwall councillors for MK at the moment. That's only 1 less than the Labour Party. So we've done quite well there. I'm not going to lie to you and say our membership is going through the roof, because it's not. It's still steady. We're trying to do everything we can to build it further. And I'd say to people, if you really care about Cornwall, if you want a Cornish political dimension going forward, if you want someone who really does believe in the Cornish Assembly and making it happen, you've got to help MK, you've got to join MK, join our activists and help our campaigns.
And so you're optimistic about the future for Mebyon Kernow?
I'm a very optimistic fellow. Would someone be 20 years leading a political party if they didn't have optimism as one of their core values?
Well, some people have suggested that if you weren't leading Mebyon Kernow, there wouldn't be a Mebyon Kernow.
Oh, I think I couldn't possibly comment on that. That's not the sort of thing I think is appropriate.
I have heard it from some senior figures in Mebyon Kernow that it's all down to you that the party is where it is today, and that it might have withered some while ago.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, it was definitely intended as a compliment.
I'll take that as a compliment, but I don't think that is fully the case.
It's also been suggested, I have to say somewhat mischievously and by myself, that there's only a handful of party leaders in the world who have served more than 20 years. Mm-hmm. And by and large, they're a fairly unsavoury crew. Fidel Castro, Robert Mugabe. You've actually served longer than Vladimir Putin. How does that feel?
Well, I would say that in terms of long-serving party leaders, maybe if I could quote the Cornwall Live story of earlier in the week, I'm an all-round good guy, so let's leave it at that.
I don't think anybody's going to disagree.